Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to Z&B Live Unfiltered.
What do you have to say to the gerbil that's currently watching right now?
The gerbil that's currently watching?
Well, because a gerbil's not a gentleman or like a lady. So, like, what do you say to them? What if there's a gerbil watching and they want to feel included in the hot takes that we have this morning, on Lego and pop culture and all the things surrounding it, Zach?
You're not necessarily wrong, but aren't even animal species sometimes?
Well, when I think of a lady, I think one thing, not a gerbil. So,
I mean, I do we need to start this all the way from the beginning so I can redo the I mean, I'm happy to go back and completely.
We gotta give somebody
from the top.
No,
right? Okay.
No, we gotta give somebody who's listening to the podcast edition of this show something to be like, what? And look out the car window and think, wow.
I thought you were calling all of our audience gerbils.
Maybe that's the fan base name. Any gerbils in the Z&B Live Unfiltered fan base?
Let's be honest. Our audience pretty much is composed of animals.
A lot of them, actually.
You are all animals. You are all animals. And by the way, did you hear what Brian just said, folks? Brian snuck it in there. Podcast version of the show.
That's W, everybody. That's W.
Oh my God. Can we please get some hype and applause?
Yeah. And we're doing that to make the show more accessible on all your favorite platforms. So no matter if you're watching us live on YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday, or on podcast services, you can tune along with what we're doing every single week. So what my portion of this lovely arrangement is I'm going to handle all the podcast stuff. So if for whatever reason it doesn't happen, you can shift all the accountability to me and leave Zach alone as he's building whatever he's building.
No. We are a team. We are a team. We succeed together. We fail together.
That's true.
And the reason I'm saying that is because when I suck, I want to be able to also shift some blame over to Mr. Bricks O'Brien. I don't want to hold all the blame. You are fully accountable for your own sucking, and you can tune in to Z&B Live Unfiltered when it airs on podcast services every Thursday at 10 a.m. So our YouTube people will be able to tune in the moment it is made available into the universe. And then what we're actually going to be doing, I'll go on to this, Zach, because this was my idea. We'll cover all the bases here. I'm gonna go get coffee then.
Go do it, dude. So all of the episodes you currently see over on YouTube will be then taken down because we want to make them accessible via their own video. So we're basically relisting every single thing from the ground up to make it more brand cohesive moving forward. So if you see that, then that's what's happening. It's not because of any other reason. We just want to make sure it's all working and functioning properly for the long term here, man. So the plan is every Wednesday, 10 a.m., we'll be doing this live. You'll then see the video go offline. We'll upload a more concise version immediately afterward on YouTube, and then Thursdays at 10 a.m. podcast services. So if you're here watching us live in Z&B Live Unfiltered, you get a little something extra that you wouldn't otherwise get. So thank you for being here and supporting us live in the moment and listening afterward.
There. And listen, the catalyst behind all this is, Brian didn't mention it. We're 10 episodes. You are watching episode 10.
Yes.
Episode 10. We've been doing this for 10 weeks, folks, and we are having an absolute blast bringing you all of these Lego news and notes from across the globe in this fast-paced, high-energy, 1 hour long format show. So you can tune in now live on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. You can then catch basically the replay Thursdays, starting on Thursdays in the on the YouTube channel and also on all of your podcasting platforms. I'm super excited. I'm ready to bring this this show globally, build it up, blow it up, brick by brick, Duplo by Duplo. Ladies and gentlemen,
you're good at this, dude. You're so good at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Duplo with exciting announcements. Lego Duplo coming in hot this week, dropping some Peppa Pig news. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, are you a Peppa Pig fan? Do you still grab your early morning coffee and turn on the PBS and watch some Peppa Pig in the morning?
I do not, but I just want to make it publicly known on our Excel spreadsheet. Zach put Peppy Pig as the new Duplo theme.
I'm trying to change it up. I'm trying to make it like, look, I want to get, just like we now have Zerbles as our audience, apparently. They're now referred to as Zerbles. I wanted to change Peppa Pig to Peppy. To Peppy Pig.
If you want to rename a multi-million-dollar franchise with a theme park, you go ahead, man. But no, I don't have any affinity.
They're listening.
Please mind the don't care about Peppa Pig at all. I think it being in Duplo is a call you could have made actually a couple years ago because
Lego not timely. What?
No, well, no, not that. But there is a Peppa Pig supplementary theme park attached to Legoland Windsor.
Yeah.
So like you can literally go from one step to Legoland, then to it's a much smaller Peppa Pig theme park. So Lego and Peppa Pig have been in cahoots for a little while, but now we're only seeing the sets just now. So they probably started the process or whatever years ago, and now they're finally just having it. So you can purchase all of your Peppa Pig assortment of products at Peppa Pig Land, courtesy of Legoland Windsor or whatever.
Peppa Pig.
The deep side.
Listen, Duplo doesn't get, in the AFOL community especially, doesn't get a lot of publicity, doesn't get a lot of talk, doesn't get a lot of whatever. I'm still very, I don't know. I'm entertained by the idea that this larger block that Lego created still works within the overall system pieces. I think that's interesting. I think it's an interesting idea. It's always been interesting to me. Growing up, I had Duplo blocks, and the fact that they have now, I feel like Duplo gets overlooked is my point. And I think by them engaging finally with a brand, and not just, in theme park only, but bringing that brand onto shelves and saying, here, look, shiny pig, look at all the even my son loved Peppa Pig back when he was a toddler, and Peppa taught him to splash and go stupid in puddles and things with his, rain boots on, and for better or for worse, like that's what freaking Peppa Pig was all about. It was much better than watching freaking Caillou, I'll tell you that much.
I was a Caillou kid.
I could stand Peppa Pig. Caillou, I wanted to punt across the house.
For context, also, the Peppa Pig theme park is in Günzburg, Germany, next to Legoland Deutschland.
There you go.
So you can actually go to Peppa Pig Land. Yeah, I know everybody was very.
We were really concerned about where exactly this Peppa Pig.
I feel like
theme park is.
We could justify a company trip, not to Legoland, but just to the Peppa Pig. No, that'd be a scandal. Yeah, I don't care.
When was the last time you were in Legoland? Legoland?
May, when I went out for a 2K thing with a bunch of people.
Did you? Did you?
Yeah, that was
when you walked into Legoland. Did you treat it like? Did you kind of just let yourself be a big kid, or were you Mr. Serious, Mr. Grumpy Bricks O'Brien?
Man, I'm being gaslit every Wednesday now. So I wasn't necessarily grumpy, but I think Lego could definitely take up the theme park game like way more, considering how much of a global brand it is. So like it definitely has a level of care and cleanliness of like a Disney, a Universal, or whatever. And it's definitely catered just to kids. And it's definitely catered to the family walking around all day to tire out the kids with the winding paths going downward. And it's designed for the stroller and everything.
Sure.
I liked it. I thought it was It's expensive, dude. If you try to walk up there and just purchase a ticket, it's like $100 a person. Absolutely not. You have to get the free coupon in like a Lego set, or they give it to you at the store where you get like a kid free, or whatever.
I feel like the food was more expensive too there than even Disney, and it wasn't nearly as good.
I unfortunately cannot vouch for that because I'm privileged. Was
Such a privilege here.
I mean, I thought it was fine.
Sitting on a golden throne.
Dude, this is literally a decrepit chair. I gotta get a Herman Miller at some point, but whatever. So I think if any parents are out there, it is worth going to. If you're an AFOL and you go without kids, you'll be bored out of your mind. I mean, maybe you'll love it, but not for me.
Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure what they could do with it, but do you think that we could ever potentially at a Legoland, considering the partnership, see a Lego Fortnite kind of aspect to their theme parks? I'm not sure what they could do with that though.
I think Epic would be sooner to launch their own subdivision of a theme park, like what Nintendo is doing with Epic Universe and Universal in general. Like Fortnite is such a bigger thing. Maybe you'll get like, come meet your favorite Lego Fortnite characters at Legoland New York, and then whatever, and it's just like the giant characters, but not a long-term thing. I don't think so.
Gotcha. Interesting. And much like Peppa Pig, where the theme park kind of happened, and then they were slow to the game to actually get toys on shelves, we are still waiting for any kind of announcement whatsoever with Lego Fortnite and them bringing any kind of builds or sets or whatever to the shelves.
You got nothing, dude. It's unbelievable.
I mean, absolutely not. We got next month. We do have some some Animal Crossing stuff coming out, which again, not timely at all. But people are still going to be excited for it. And
I know I am.
I don't know if it translates into some of Lego thought process there, where they don't necessarily need to be timely because they can still build up enough hype and whatnot to get, once the stuff hits shelves to, fly off, off the shelves. I mean, heck, I know some of these are like idea sets and they take a while to get through voting and get through redesign and things like that. But like, look at like the Office set. I mean, that that particular show hasn't been on the air for a decade, and they throw it out there on a shelf and flying off because the Office fans, the A-full Office fans wanted it, right? And it'll be the same.
It had enough time to marinate is the benefit with that, and a lot of the Fortnite stuff, I'm not going to call it flash in the pan, but it is like we're on to the next thing within the Fortnite realm,
right?
So there's a couple classic characters that can touch upon and come up with a minifigure series and stuff like the Battle Bus, like that's evergreen. But in terms of really locking it in with like launch window of Lego Fortnite, they've definitely missed the boat.
And Fortnite just now releasing version 28.10 launches with new updates, vast improvements. As far as the fun things, like they're adding a Lego launcher now. They've fixed a lot of some of the buggy things that were going on. The ability to build into the side of hills as opposed to not, kind of whatever. They've added a lot of new Lego minifig character models into the mix, which is really, really nice. The stuff people are going to continue to scream for, because again, for them anyway, this translates into possible CMF lines and things like that they can get their hands on and have these collectible minifigs or sets, hopefully eventually, sets with new minifigs attached to them. But what a lot of people noticed apparently was in the background, Epic removing a lot of things that they had in the original source code that people were excited about. Certain characters, certain animals, certain materials. They have now removed those from the source code, which now has people wondering and worrying, is Epic kind of scaling back their overall ideas for Lego Fortnite, and are people still even playing it? Is this game, you kind of said it a second ago, is it even still relevant? Is this particular format in this game still relevant? Has that time passed?
I'm gonna be in the background here, because there's no other way to view the number. That you can view the concurrent player counts by going into Epic, into Fortnite. You can see all the different, whatever.
Sure.
This will take a while because every time I boot up Fortnite, it's a hour-long download. So for updating,
part of that is one reason why because I don't play very often. I play sporadically with friends and whatnot.
We're also adults,
I can't. Because it's like when you get the itch and your buddies are like, "Hey, let's jump into Fortnite and boot it up." I boot it up, and then I'm the one that they're waiting on for it to download, and it just
it's a 17 gigabyte update. Anyway, regardless of all that, so it's so stupid. It's just dumb. So I'm really sick and tired as a video game player, doing this my entire life, and especially in the past 7 years, I want to say, companies, regardless of scale, are saying, "Hey, we're going to do this and this and this and this and this. And we're really excited, and we're really excited, and we're really excited, and we're really excited." And then the people are like, and then they're like, everything out. We're not doing this anymore. Pull the plug on it, or don't give it the time that it needs to and scale back. So Epic out the gate with the giant, loot llama at the press event, with having all these characters they say they're going to convert over into LEGO Fortnite, with all of that takes time, skill, and energy, and money for this company to have people do all these models. And it's original characters, it's licensed characters, it's content creators, it's every single skin getting into LEGO Fortnite. So they can't afford to scale back now. They're already putting in the work. They've already made this now. Obviously, they can rescind whatever they want to, but they have the ability to do way more with LEGO Fortnite. Not even that game mode, that building, crafting, whatever. They can do whatever. They could make their own LEGO racing game within Fortnite and have it called LEGO Fortnite whatever, and you have all these different sub games, because that's how Roblox works. You have Roblox, which is this platform, and all these different sub games within there that are either developed officially by the company or by fans or by whatever. That's a whole can of worms, and you literally have kids making these maps and millions of dollars and whatever. And the same in an extent probably goes for Fortnite. So how do you consistently make content for that? How do you keep it interesting and not fold back on the promise you made to the people? And maybe they took out some of those things from the code, because what happens actually a lot, and way more than it happens in LEGO, but we'll get to there, is leaks. People will go in and find every single little thing. Maybe they just want to keep people surprised. I don't know. I really hope they're not scaling back, because this is literally just the beginning of what could be a 10-year-long partnership with Epic Games. And then, now we have our first indication of that within a couple months. That doesn't bode well. I don't like that.
Could it be the fact, though, that maybe it doesn't seem like because of the lack of sets, the lack of additional materials that could help advertise the game outside of the game?
Yes, but I don't think that impedes the overall enjoyment of what the thing is. Where LEGO Fortnite does not have the same replayability as standard Fortnite. It's literally action. The second you hop into the pregame lobby, you get down to the map, bing, bang, boom, you're done. Rinse and repeat over and over and over again.
Sure.
LEGO Fortnite does not have the same loop. So Fortnite has to learn what makes for a typical gameplay loop with our players, and how can we continuously feed into that to keep them engaged. And right now, it's still too early that I don't feel like I should go back and reload my game and whatever. Whereas opposed to a game like No Man's Sky, which when it launched, I actually played and I enjoyed it for what it was, but it was a disaster. And now when you go and boot it up, you have several years of updates in, and it's an entirely different game that you want to dive into and enjoy. Same thing goes for Astroneer and all these other games that kind of start out early access and proceed. I don't know, because of how addictive standard Fortnite can be, LEGO Fortnite can keep up with that gameplay loop and keep people excited regardless of the physical content that can be associated with it.
Well, and the video game world is a "what have you done for me lately" kind of thing anyway, right? I mean, look at the explosion of Pal World right now, right? Like that freaking game is Lego Fortnite without Lego. Like
that's like a ZMB post-show discussion to get into.
You know what I'm saying though? But that's where they have to keep pushing the envelope, right? And I feel like they need Lego's buy-in outside of just the game. And for whatever reason, here's Lego sitting pat with like I haven't seen any marketing for the game recently on Lego's social media side. Like that initial push happened. We got some of the influencers involved in that initial push. Yep. And since the game has launched, silence.
This is a Lego issue, a social media issue, a game company issue. It's always like what you said. What can you do for me lately? And Lego, as we've discussed before, releases so much stuff on any continual basis, and to make meaningful content around all of it on just one social brand account, I think it's almost impossible unless you're overwhelming people with information and stuff all the time. So they have a dedicated Lego Fortnite account, which they do the patch notes and, featuring stuff, which is really cool.
Sure.
But I think it's just a tough nut to crack for like us as plebeians to decipher. And I think the sooner they get physical Lego product out for Lego Fortnite, it can re-engage that audience, and maybe that'll coincide with an official release of product. So, we have version 1.2, we got this and this and this and this and this. And the beauty of it is Lego can say, hey, June 1st, we're coming out with this stuff. All Fortnite has to do is flick a switch and then boom, it's good to go for June 1st, provided bugs and all that. So I think summertime, kids are out of school, parents are home from work, vacations, whatever, the attention is there. I think something like that's going to happen. But you just got to, as the kids say, Zachary, let them cook.
Let them cook. I don't know if they're cooking fast enough. I feel like they're letting it simmer too long. And I think because the video game world is the way it is, I think they're going to need a massive marketing push. And maybe you're right. Maybe that massive marketing push is the release of sets that then help cross that boundary of the idea of Lego Fortnite is amazing, and the idea of it's almost more amazing than the actual like what they've done with the game, right? Yep. But it's the idea that you can run around as some of your favorite minifig characters and invite your friends into it and create your own little Lego world. But they needed that cross promotion aspect from Lego in the form of sets, I feel like, to continue to pull people in that maybe weren't already in the Fortnite ecosystem and said, oh, we now have a Lego aspect to this. I want to go give Fortnite a look-see. And I don't know how much, I feel like maybe there were a few people that kind of jumped over at first that weren't playing Fortnite, that gave it a shot and have since kind of gotten bored with it or have moved on, because the video game world is always rolling down that hill, man. There's always something new right around the corner. I don't know if they wait until June, we might, that game may be dead in the water by then.
I mean, I think June is the earliest they can do it, especially with how, like I said, kids being out of school is a big one. And I want to give a brief shout out to my buddy Nick, Frickin' Nick, who does Lego Fortnite short form stuff and content in general. And when he puts it out there, people love it, and people are ravenous for it, and they want him to keep building more and doing more. So clearly there's a desire, like you said, for Lego Fortnite stuff in general, but gameplay loop wise, Fortnite's still going to be installed on their computers and Xboxes and PlayStations. So, it's literally 3 clicks over and boom, you have the whole thing accessible. So,
and Nick's doing it right, because he's doing the side of it in the game, and then taking those ideas in the game and saying, how can I recreate what I see in the game or what I've built in the game in practical terms with the bricks themselves, which is what LEGO should be doing on their end.
Yeah, they should, but they won't.
They won't.
Not now. But until then, hey, yeah, go follow and support Nick, man. He's a real one.
We love Nick. We love Nick.
Yeah.
Again, part of LEGO Fortnite is the ability to have some of your favorite franchises in LEGO form and play as them.
Transition.
And,
it's unbelievable.
And obviously one of those favorite franchises that I can't wait to see integrated into LEGO Fortnite is Harry Potter. Now, Harry Potter has some new stuff coming out that you got. Listen, I'm going to stop for a second and say, damn, I'm good at these transitions. I am so good. I am so good at my job.
I need to take notes for when you're not here. You're on your little vacation again. You're at your haunted castle, wherever you are. I can just steer this ship.
No, you're going to be at the haunted castle with me. ZMB live from the haunted castle in April.
It's April? Is that what's happened? Listen, hey, okay. So my issue with Lego Harry Potter. We're gonna have a Lego Harry Potter build date at the haunted castle. Is that they not only come out with so much stuff, but now we're getting to the point for like the literal third time over, Zach. Third time over that we're getting the same builds, different variances and techniques, and 3 times over within the past 5 years. What I'll say one more time for the people hard of hearing listening right now. 3 times we've gotten the Flying Fort Angela or the Hogwarts Express or the Great Hall or the whatever. And that exhausts me as somebody that wants to collect all the things that I enjoy and of one given theme. That's a lot. And you had the original 2018 Harry Potter collection with, the relaunch and everything. Now we're going to transition to the green roofs for the 20th anniversary of celebrating Lego Harry Potter. Okay, cool. And now this new system we're seeing coming out, really hitting its stride in March, alongside the Animal Crossing stuff, is a brand new spin and iteration on the castle building system, with even more rumors of even crazier Lego sets to accompany that. So I want all of it. I'm a Harry Potter fan. I really enjoy Harry Potter. My lights. Who's triggered my lights over on my Twitch chat? You clowns. Really?
I was like, are you getting a hype train? What is happening over here?
For those listening, my lights are turning all sorts of different colors. So thank you. I guarantee you that's Bubble Laveau. So massive thank you for that. But I'm just exhausted on how much Harry Potter stuff there has been. So I know you're all into it, and I want to hear you gush about it. My rant is over.
I can't keep up. I was majorly into all the Harry Potter stuff. I started.
It was Bubba Laveau. It was. I know these people like the back of my hand.
This freaking class. We are working here. We are working here, children.
I know my people so well. I know them so. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead.
My God. I as a family, we collected, a lot of the Harry Potter sets as they were coming out, and started to get into this idea of, I liked this. Okay, well, we can't get the big, like at the time they had the big castle, right? We're like, we can't get that. So we're going to get all the smaller ones and slowly build up and then what did they do? They flipped that all and said, no, we're going to re-release all the castle before we even finish it. Before we get all the elements to it, we're going to change it on you. Oh, I was hot. I was so hot. We get, and honestly, it's not just Harry Potter. They do the same thing with Star Wars and
whatever. Rinse and repeat with Star Wars for literal decades.
Yeah. But so we're not just picking on Harry Potter here. It's more about picking on Lego. These new sets, once again, are
they're fine.
They're redone. They're fine. They're okay. They're sets I didn't know that we needed remakes on anyway.
Yep.
the couple of the ones like the magical creatures and the privet drive, I look at and I go, huh? I don't get them. The magical creatures is basically a mold pack of animals, right? Like it's Buckbeak and it's
I'm a Buckbeak fan, man. I free Buckbeak, hashtag free Buckbeak.
He's gonna start wearing t-shirts.
Dude, literally. Like when I rode the ride on in Hollywood, I was like, free Buckbeak. It's just like in the basket.
You get off and you need Tylenol or Advil afterwards.
Well, I wasn't that old at that time, but I understand.
But I don't know. It's not none of these sets scream, oh my gosh, because some of them I already own in older versions, and none of them are screaming, go out and get a redone version of them. None of them. None of them are.
The Buckbeak one with that beautiful new blue from the Emerald, not Emerald Express. What's it called? What's the new train called? Emerald Knight?
Oh, the Orient Express.
Orient Express. Yeah. From it's a beautiful looking blue. Like I love that, especially with how they're using it for the watercolor in like the Hogwarts Castle boathouse. So we'll get into this section, in a little while, but they're very clearly planting even more seeds for a more expansive version of all the sets that we've had previously, where I feel like, would the Lego, the Hogwarts boathouse, right? If I remember correctly, in the Great Hall, there was in 2018, there was a little section right in the front, little bit of a section. I might be thinking of this wrong. That represented what the boathouse was, and now we're getting a whole set dedicated to that.
To the boathouse, right?
So
and the
if we have this new castle system, this is potentially, I want to say, double the size of what we've had if you combined all the green roofed ones together, which is super cool, but also a lot of money. And this is going to happen over a long period of time. So as you say, you kick back, relax, and enjoy this ride of Lego Harry Potter relaunching for literally the third time in 5 years.
Another relaunch. And, and frankly, these sets have been, these have been out there and leaked for a while. Like we've known these are coming.
Oh yeah.
And one of the issues we have, I might just want to comment on the size of your jugs, by the way. My God. It's
a gallon, baby.
It's impressive.
Like a sippy cup.
It does make you look like a baby. It's like a little baby with a sippy cup, but it's adult form. It's all Mountain Dew.
Dude, imagine if it was, I would die.
You would.
Anyways, go ahead.
You would die. One of our biggest hurdles that we have to face on this particular show, even though we're unfiltered, it's not that we're out there spewing leaks and rumors and things like that. We don't do that. Now, we are going to
Why don't we do that?
Why don't we do that?
Yeah, well, I know why, but for the people, why don't we do that?
We don't typically do that. I don't typically do that because I want to honor and and respect the release schedule that the particular company has out there. Plus, in my opinion, coming from an entertainment background of sorts, if you start buying into too much of the leaks and rumors, you're going to get false information out there, and then everybody starts spiraling out of control due to false information. So if you give into a leak or a rumor that might be true, that means you're also going to give into a leak or a rumor that's not true, and then you've got bad information out there. Okay, so that's why I don't personally get into it. But that's what I want to talk about. That's why I want to get into this, is because there are a lot of people that do. There are a lot of people. There are websites dedicated to leaks and rumors. There are content creators out there dedicated to leaks and rumors, not just with Lego, but other things, obviously, right? But primarily to Lego, or exclusively to Lego here, what we're talking about is the idea of the potential of false information that you could get a hold of so detrimental that it outweighs the hype that's built up around positive or true information out there to leaks. That's where I question even myself and say, when the leaks strike, when those rumors get out there and we start seeing images leaked across the internet, I see a lot of hype surrounding it. Now, it gives people a lot more time to be trolls about it and decide that they're going to poo-poo everything about a blurry image on the internet or whatever. But it does start a conversation, and that some people still use that old adage of all publicity is good publicity, you know? So is Lego doesn't want them. Supposedly Lego doesn't want them. They don't want their LAN members talking about them. We talked about this last week. They don't want them talking about leaks and rumors. They want them ignoring them. But do they really want that? Because I think starts a conversation.
So it does start a conversation, and I think what you can look back to most recently is the life of the Avengers Tower, where you had these rumors initially about this thing, and by that point of that happening, you're maybe, I want to say 9 months out from it being released. Generally speaking, 9 months, a little bit less. It's already done. It's already in a package. It's already being produced. There's been tests of it. They know it's coming to market. It's happening. So I think any of this talk of like, oh, well, they use it to test out what? No, I don't think that's the case at all. Maybe in like some gift with purchase sense, whatever. I think the leaks are not... Lego doesn't like any communication they don't have control over.
Sure.
And this is what, you know, we talked about with all the Twitch stuff and live and whatever.
Right.
So I love how our conversations tie back into what we've already done. It's like, this is a cohesive podcast. I love this. So the leaks being so far out, I like knowing what's coming, but don't tell me what it looks like, and don't tell me when the official presser comes out for it. Like, I think of like, okay, would I want to know that a Lego Peach's Castle is coming? Yes. Do I want to know when, how much, what minifigures, you know, how big? No. Keep it a surprise. And I think that they could take a lot from like the video game industry or even the movie industry, where they say, hey, you know, we're doing Fantastic Four. Nothing. And just leave it. And then you let people start to speculate. And then you have an even different way of covering these leaks and rumors and forthcoming, you know, products, because we know we're getting a Lego Peach's Castle. Here's a sketch of what I think it should look like. We have this and this and this and this and this. Having rumors about who could potentially design it based off of what they have experience from the modulars and the whatever. So it's a whole different avenue that you could explore if Lego did something like that. I believe they don't, because they don't want, you know, whoever copying it over in China and replicating it and selling it for, you know, 10% of what the cost is for Lego, right? And we've seen those companies get shut down by Lego because of stuff like that. So
I don't know if that's a good idea though, man, because you're going to have what you've just talked about, those expectations, and expectations can be hurtful to a final product. Because if you're building it up, if you get the idea, okay, yeah, so we're getting Peach's Castle is a great example. We're getting Peach's Castle. So in your head, or you know, in you know, a Lego fan's head, they're coming up with these ideas of what it looks like until it's finally announced, and then it didn't match those ideas. Now there's a chance that it surpasses their ideas, right? More than likely it doesn't, because in their mind they've built it up to this is what it should. We see this in movies all the time, where we get this idea of what the movie should be, in our opinion, and then we actually go see it. It has absolutely nothing like what we had built up in our brain. And because of that, there's a group of folks out there that can't draw that line and say, I can still enjoy it, even though it wasn't what I wanted.
I think the problem with that inherently lies with how the media is formulated to begin with. So we have reasonable expectation to think that the Last of Us series on HBO should be good based on who's involved, the source material, the format, the whatever. There's a certain in life, Well, maybe not in life, but with that sort of media and though that level of budget and talent and people involved, there are a certain level of expectations. And Lego can work in whatever expectations and parameters they want to. What better way to get more direct feedback from fans? And I'm not talking about ambassador members getting an early sneak peek. They're gonna, I don't want to say like sugarcoat it, but when you're that close to the source, you want to compliment it. You want to gas it up a little bit just to, be constructive. But if the fans have a completely different way of operating on it, then you're going to get a better end product long term. Point in case, Multiverse of Madness, people are like, whatever, but everybody loves that cameo of John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, and that happens because the fans are like, this guy should play Mr. Fantastic. All right, here we go. And that is a key moment that people talk about from that movie because of what started with the fans. Same thing with like Benedict Cumberbatch. You should be Doctor Strange. Well, he is for now like 5 movies. Like that's how you get some of the greatest things I think that have come out. And the thing can be different. That's okay. As long as it's hitting what the not expectation, what the what the potential of a thing could be.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think what people get caught up. That's what I get caught up on with myself. I want to hit my potential, not what my expectations are from my family, my friends, my, whoever. It's the potential of what it could be. That's what I believe people really want out of all of it.
Are the leaks helping marketing for them?
Maybe so the kids that are getting these Lego sets at Christmas time probably don't know about the leaks or don't care enough or whatever. Maybe some of the hardcore.
The leaks are for AFOLs. Let's just throw it out there. That's who cares about these things. That's who's making the websites, making the video content. It's the adults out there that are going gaga over the leaks.
And it's just it's enough of Lego's market share, but not enough to like rock the boat. I don't like even the adult Lego fans that walk into the store or Target or wherever, they will see, art set number 5 and be like, oh, that would look good in my 1-bedroom studio in Soho. Let me grab this. Like, they're not going to hear about it from text and a blurry background image on Instagram from a 15-year-old. Like, that doesn't matter. So I don't know if it hurts or helps, but the fact of it is it's here. And so how does Lego respond with how they're going to make their products and announce them going forward? And more stuff like how they introduced Lego Mario by showing a little teaser and that's it. Get to that stuff earlier than waiting for the full press release on Brick Set Through the Land with the exclusive. Let's fly him out to Denmark. Let's do that. Bypass all that. Give us a teaser. Give us something. And then go into it.
Yeah.
You are not impressed with anything I just said right there. What? Go ahead. What?
I still don't understand. God, I'm beating a dead horse and I apologize. I just still don't understand Lego's marketing habits. I've seen it with their State of the Union type addresses with their Lego events, right?
They're dumb.
You've got you bring out you spend an hour talking about sets that have already been announced while wearing shirts that tease sets coming up that, to your point, are already designed and in the box ready to go, and you refuse to announce them.
Zach, have you ever watched a Nintendo Direct?
Yes.
Lego, listen, come here. Copy them. Copy a Nintendo Direct where you have, there's literally 100 products releasing January 1st every year. 100 products. Do you understand how much attention and excitement you could get? Bam, 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 bam. Here's all the Lego City sets and minifigures, play features, parts. Bam. Next one. And then at the end, you have a big grand reveal. And at the end of the end, you have a teaser for the next thing. Slam dunk. Why don't you do it? You have the designers, you have the talent, you have the money, you have the resources, you have the product to feature, everything. Just do it. Literally copy Nintendo. Literally copy Nintendo.
Take a page out of freaking Apple does it too, man. Like take a page out of Apple's book. Like I that's what I just don't understand. Who's making these dang decisions where they refuse the Avengers Tower, worst kept secret on the internet. Worst kept secret, and they refused to announce it. I don't get it. It blows my mind. I just don't. I don't know. It's just one of those things. However, the thing that they continue to announce, as we hinted at earlier, are all of the new remakes, reboots, re-released, whatever you want to call it, of sets that have already been out there 2, 3, heck, sometimes even 4 times. My God. Harry Potter's a prime example. We're getting a ton of new, we're getting a ton of new sets that are just re-releases with tweaks to original sets. I myself experienced it, which, to be fair, was two different builds, but it was of the exact same castle in the Disney World Cinderella castle, right? Is that what's in Disney World?
What a unique experience, by the way. I not that I envy you, but that's a cool thing to do, and not many people have the opportunity to do. So I'm glad. I'm glad somebody was able to do it, because like reviewers, not many other people would even like think of that idea, let alone have it be executed. So,
but that's what shows to me. That's what shows where Lego's going with these remakes, re-releases. Is we have an original set, came out to 2016, and then they redo it, right? And for the 100th anniversary, most people look at it and say it's a reskin with new minifigs. It was a completely different building experience, like from start to finish, completely different. Not even the same steps at all throughout the entire piece. Less, different types of stickers used versus different printed pieces used, different building techniques like masonry bricks versus stickers that represent masonry bricks. It was a unique build between the two, separated by 6 years. Does that sound right? Or was it 2018? 2018 castle, not 2016.
It was 2016.
Was it 2016? Okay. Yep. So separated by 7 years, right? That's a long time. And I don't fault them for that particular one.
No, not at all.
2 completely different kind of builds, whatever. Then you get Hagrid's Hut here coming out with
for the third time.
For the third time.
No. Fourth
time?
If we're going back to like the early 2000s,
right?
Was there a Hagrid's Hut? Let me look. Actually, sorry.
I think there were 3 already, and I think this is the 4th.
It's kind of ridiculous.
I think.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
We look
4 Hagrid's Huts.
Yeah, 4. That's what I'm saying. Like,
wait a second. There's one from 2001. Then we had 2005. Then we had 2019, and now we have 2020, 2010. This might be the 5th one, Zach. Wait.
Oh my God.
I think this is going to be the 5th
Hagrid's
Hut ever. And I have one half-baked Peaches Castle. Madonna mia, these people. Madonna mia. I hate it here.
But that's what I'm talking about, right? It's stuff like that. Like I said, when you start separating out sets 6 years, okay, But I've already got a Yoda Starfighter. and then they re-released Yoda Starfighter this past year. Like it was literally like two years apart. Why?
Well, maybe they see it's
Stop
like selling
retiring it if you're just going to re-release it in a couple of years.
Maybe the part, there's parts of it that are not how do I want to phrase this? The parts are not a part of the current lineup of parts they want to have in the assortment, so they're swapping it out with other ones to make sure it fits with the longevity of other sets. I'm fabricating excuses for them just for the sake of conversation.
Like I said, I get it when it's removed by multiple years, not just 2, not just 3, but multiple years.
Like if they were to do a new Ghostbusters headquarters and minifigure scale Ecto-1.
Actually. Exactly. That, and I was going to throw out, because Lego Star Wars is notorious for this. Okay.
Oh, they're
but
yeah.
if they make it timely, a la the Ghost, which was basically a new set based off of the Ahsoka show, not the Ghost based off of Star Wars Rebels, right? Same ship, different era. I'm fine with that. I've seen him do it with the Falcon, right? They take the different era of the Falcon. They have the Solo Falcon versus the prequel, or I'm sorry, the original trilogy Falcon versus the sequel trilogy. I'm fine with that. Like, those things I'm fine with. It's the Hagrid huts. It's the Yoda Starfighter things. It's
unjustified, untimely remasters.
It makes no sense to me. And my question is, because they're still currently flying off of shelves, I think. If they continue down this path too much, hence the Harry Potter stuff, will they tire out that particular brand of Lego, of that franchise of Lego, right? So will Harry Potter get so tired out because people are tired of being tricked into buying, well, we got to get this Hagrid hut because it's him in a smock as opposed to his, normal brown coat and things, or that particular Buckbeak model is different than the one that we got in the previous Hagrid hut back in 2020, right? Like,
2 points I want to make. And I'll put this here. We obviously don't go into leaks and rumors and stuff, but I'm going to put it out here and be the first one to say it and have the courage in this community to say this. And when it comes true, and you'll see it eventually, whatever. The idea of a Dark Millennium Falcon is stupid. Don't buy it. Secondly, the idea of having re-releases is one thing. The example, I think, of the prime example where everybody, like, you ever see that meme? Everybody disliked that from Fallout. You ever see that meme? Mm-hmm. That's what people felt when there was a remaster of the Winter Toy Shop from the Winter Village line. It was the very first one that ever came out in 2009. I know because I was in the Lego store I used to work at when I bought it as a little Brian. And when that released as a remaster set, everybody disliked that because you only have one shot at a Winter Village set every year. You get one to get everybody in the door, annualized thing, whatever. And they blew it because they wanted to do a remaster and make it more accessible. The solution to that is having one brand new one come out alongside a remaster. You give people options. And don't tell me Lego doesn't have the bandwidth to do both, because they do. And people will buy multiple Winter Village sets every year because they add it to their lineup over years and blah, 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 blah. So my theory, and maybe this is the middle ground on Harry Potter specifically, because there's so much stuff that comes out, as long as there's an equal amount of new and engaged, let me restart. As long as there are 75% of products that are new, exciting, and engaging stuff for people to purchase if they want to, alongside 25% of some of the remasters they feel is appropriate to re-release to, introduce it to new fans or get people's money who bought it 5 times, then that to me is okay. But you have to have new stuff like the Owl Tower, right? The boats welcoming people in, that Privet Drive with Hedwig and whatever. And that to me becomes a lot easier to swallow as opposed to just, hey, this entire wave is remasters, or most of this is remasters.
The Harry Potter stuff still gets me a little bit in the crawl because of they keep finding ways. Star Wars is the same thing. Like, it's just, and I get it, but it's just
hey, okay. So all of the people that are going to go to a Bricks Cascade or Chicago or wherever, and you get one of those Lego people, in a hotel bar or wherever you got them, hey, why are there so many remasters of particular things and not other things? And you need not an off the clock answer, but an answer for something like that. What, like that kind of comment somebody made back at Bricks Cascade this past year. Oh, you got to support wave 2 of a thing in order to justify it coming out with more, right? We need an answer like that from somebody at LEGO. How do they decide what gets remastered, and why do some things get remastered more often than others? Because Hagrid's Hut over 5 years, like there's got to be a reason we're not thinking of from a financial standpoint.
Right. Other than I mean, it's you know, some pretty easy changes. It's the mini. I mean, on this one in particular, it's a lot of the minifigs, and that's an easy fix. But I think that you know, not that it's wrong for a company to do this, but that's a cash grab, in my opinion. And those types of remasters and remakes, those bother me. When you could take a Voltron set that hasn't seen the light of day in a while and really do something special with that set as a remake, and provide minifigs and have them be able to sit in the lions, and that set needs to be redone. And there are sets like that where you can take the original Ghostbusters Ecto-1 and make it, you know, instead of just making it the little one with all the, you can actually make it a nice and big model, a nice big car model. And I like that. I think those are good reasons, as opposed to remaking Yoda's freaking Starfighter over and over and over again, and Hagrid's Hut over and over and over again, as just what feels like, you know, potential cash grabs. On the flip side of that, you know, are there kids that were, you know, when the set came out in 2020, they're not into Lego yet, so they need it in 2024? Okay. You know, they're 4 years older now, and 2 years older now, 3 years older now, and they're like, yeah, they're ready to actually play with this set, and we missed out on it last time. Then I start to get it. It's a cute little play set. The Hagrid's Hut is actually a really, really nice set. It reminds me a lot of the old Bro Thor New Asgard set. Like it's got a lot of character, it's got a lot of detail, and it's got a lot of cool minifigs in there. And I do like it. I'm not poo-pooing the set completely, other than the idea of the set. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, you have some big stuff coming up on Saturday. Please share with the class what's happening on Saturday.
I do. I'm celebrating my 28th birthday in the form of my annual birthday live stream celebration called the Bob Bonanza, where you can tune in for a 9-hour live show of games, giveaways, announcements, and a lot of stuff happening. If you are a LEGO fan, you should be there and hang out with me and the entire community across Twitch, and then it'll be simulcasting on YouTube without chat. So make sure you're tuning in on Twitch if you want a chance to win those giveaways, and just be a part of what it is. I do a birthday celebration not because I want everybody to praise me, even though that's inadvertently what it ends up being. I use it as a means to encourage people to celebrate a day. Take a day for yourself. Get yourself that pizza, that ice cream, that cake. Do whatever self-care you need to do, because we just had all of the previous year of running around for other people and the holidays and the nonsense and the whatever. And now that we've recovered from that Christmas season, like, do something for you before it gets crazy for the rest of the year. So Saturday, do something good for yourself. Maybe toss on Mr. O'Brien's live stream in the background and get the numbers up. So let's see you Saturday.
I'm gonna throw this out there right now because we have the time to talk about it, folks. Over on Twitch, we have a couple folks that really, in my opinion and other opinions, are deserving of what Twitch deems as partners, right? That's one of the highest level outside of ambassador that you can kind of get over there on the Twitch live streaming platform. Our good friend, Mr. Panfred Nudo, is currently in what we call a partner push. And we would love that type of support over there, which basically you can give the support by being in chat as early as the stream goes live and staying as long as possible. We've got to get those average numbers up. Guess what? Mr. Bricks O'Brien is also in that same category and deserves that support as well. So if you could do me a solid, do yourself a solid, be in his chat early, be in his chat often. Don't just wait to be rated into the channel. Be there on your own accord. Open up a tab, mute the tab, and go about your business. But I guarantee you, if you hang out in both of these amazing content creators' live streams, you're going to really enjoy your time over there and all the Lego content that they are providing to their communities. I myself am raising money currently for the Bungie Foundation over on my Twitch channel. We're going to be live again Thursday, 10 a.m., Friday, 10 a.m., playing Destiny 2, not doing Lego, but actually playing Destiny 2, and raising money for the Bungie Foundation and all the Make-A-Wish kids out there. So I would love to see you over there, even if you can't contribute financially. Just by being there helps raise awareness and raise those numbers up to hit us, pump us up in that algorithm. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, thank you so much for today. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Happy birthday to you, and I will see you on Saturday. For Mr. Bricks O'Brien, I am Zach M. Rutledge, and we will check you guys next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, live on YouTube. Podcast going up tomorrow, Thursday, baby, on all your podcast channels. Bye!